Join us as we sail into our first Alaskan port of Juneau. We also visit the Mendenhall Glacier, we go whale watching, and we both experience our first duck fart.
Lovely coffee on the balcony. How amazing is that? We're just about to get to Juneau and I'll show you some of the, we're just getting some sightings of the Alaskan landscape.
Not for the first time on a cruise, Carol has properly tricked me into getting up. In her defence, our clocks changed in the night. Well, mine did, hers didn't. She told me it was 9:15. It's 7:45. But it does mean that we can go to the Orange Room for some breakfast. So we headed to Club Orange on Deck 2 for breakfast. And as you can see by the menus, there was a great choice.
So Paul's starting his breakfast with a healthy option, aren't you, Paul?
Healthy option. Look how gooey this chocolate is.
Is it nice?
I only had half of one though. I thought it was half the calories.
But you're going to eat the other half now.
She's seen through my plan.
So the breakfast has arrived. Look at mine. Mine's an American breakfast. And Paul is all and more orange juice, which is just delicious. Paul is egg benedict.
I've got classic eggs benedict.
Oh, and a big banger.
And he's just bought me a nice sausage.
Yes. Thanks, Mega. Thank you very much. So go on then, Paul.
So I've got eggs benedict.
Yeah.
A big hash brown. Corned beef hash. I'm looking out for a sausage. Oh, sweet.
Come on then. Oh. Gooville. It's past the egg test, hasn't it, Paulie?
Most definitely. After breakfast, we relaxed on our balcony admiring the views and checking out the daily programme as we headed ever closer to Juneau. Juneau is named after a gold prospector from Quebec called Joe Juneau and has a population of 33,000 people. It's one of only 2 state capitals in the USA that is not connected to the rest of North America by roads, the other being Honolulu in Hawaii.
I'm just about to step foot in Alaska.
Step foot and set foot.
Yes, that's the one. We've just arrived in Juneau, as you've just seen on that lovely time lapse, hopefully, and we are going to go and explore. We're on our first excursion to the Mendenhall Glacier and going whale watching. So hopefully today is the day. But as you can see, we've got a lovely view of the Dam, which is obviously one of Holland America's ships. I can hear a plane but can't see it.
Just went over.
And then obviously you can see the Royal Princess's dock there too. And this is the town of Juneau in Alaska. It's quite funny, isn't it? Tracy's King Crab Shop. The buildings look very sort of westerny, don't they?
Yeah. What we don't actually know is it Juneau or
Juneau.
Juneau?
Yeah, but if you watched our Canadian vlogs, you'll know. Can you see there's a gondola there? If you watched when I went up the where was it, the mountain in Banff, I will not be going on that. Oh,
Sure.
this looks steep, doesn't it?
Does it, Steve? I have to say that does look steep.
Look at the great view though of the little bulbous nose of the Dam. Can you see it there? I don't know what's the correct terminology for that part of the ship that enables them to get through the waves with a.
Answers in the comments, please.
Yeah.
But when ships get new captains, sometimes as like a promotional photo, the captain is actually pictured standing on the knobby bit on the end.
Knobby bit.
I'm calling it a knobby bit. But if you know the answer to that, also answers in the comments.
Yes. But yes, so we're going to go exploring. We're going to grab a little bite for lunch. So today we thought we might head up to the dive bar, isn't it? Dive-in bar?
I think it's called the Dive-In. It's the burger bar. So
just to grab a little snacklet, and then we'll see what Alaska's got to offer.
Yes, indeed.
So this is the dive-in bar then. So here it says we serve 1/3 pound beef patties prepared medium well, unless otherwise requested.
Hello, madam.
Hello.
How are you, madam?
We're good. We're trying to find out. You got too much choice.
The favorite one is a cannonball with Gouda cheese, bacon, really caramelized onion.
Okay.
Cannonball, please.
With the
Another
fries for you.
cannonball.
Yes, please. That was what I was going to pick, actually.
Oh. I don't know.
How about you, madam?
I'm gonna try a Dunkin' Dog.
Dunkin' Dog is a jalapeno.
Yes, I love spicy.
Nice round fries.
Oh, good. Oh, look at that. Oh, do you squeeze ketchup for me, Pauline? Oh. Nope, just on the side.
Oh, just on the side?
Yeah,
Okay.
thank you.
Hi there with fries.
Perfect. Thanks so much.
You're welcome.
Ooh, this looks a spicy fella. Look at all them jalapenos, probably. How am I going to get this from my little nose?
Things could get messy.
Oh gosh. Move my jalapenos down. That's spicy. But delicious. Oh, I gotta get my napkin out now. That is lovely, Pauline. Really. And your burger?
Now, I haven't tried the burger yet, but I have tried some chips, and these chips, I don't know what's going on with them. They got like almost like a coating on them. And they're so crunchy and lovely.
And yours was the cannonball, wasn't it?
That's nice, huh?
Good.
Yeah.
So, diving bars are hit. So here we are. We've just got off on Juneau, and there's our house.
There's our house. It's having a little shower at the minute, that.
So we got wash. We've spotted a moose. There is a moose there. Dancing moose.
It's quite a short moose, isn't it?
Have your IDs with you, passport or driver's license. So we've got that with Pauline.
Yes, we have.
So it looks like all the excursions are over there. The totem poles, you can see the Red Dog Saloon, that's quite famous in Juneau. We're hoping we get there later after our excursion if we've got time. Can you see the seaplane?
Oh, there's two. There's one there, look. There's one there.
Oh yeah.
What's hot on that?
It is warm.
We've got coats,
Do you
we've got
know?
fleeces.
So Paul, we got a bag full here of sweatshirts and
I got a hot water bottle, a thermos. Do you know what a thermos is?
class.
Yeah, and do you know what it does? It keeps hot things hot and cold things cold. So you know what I got in mind? Some tomato soup and 2 ice creams.
So our first excursion was all about visiting the Mendenhall Glacier and going whale watching. Those were the 2 main things, but there's a few other things chucked in which we'll explain in a moment. We met Zoe, our tour leader, on the dockside, and we were taken to a small minibus with only about 20 people, wasn't there?
There was 20 people in our group, which is nice. And I have to say, Zoe just graduated from university, and she is just so enthusiastic about all the things that we were going to see on this excursion, and it was wonderful to see. It was just seeing somebody, you know, a younger person, it was just really passionate and enthused about something. It was virtually impossible not to be enthusiastic when you're around her.
Yeah, she was great.
So this trip is going to be split into 2 parts. We're going to start out with our land portion. So our excellent second guide here, Keith, is going to take us out to the Moraine Ecology Trail. This trail is about 1 mile in length, but we're going to take it nice and slow. The whole thing is going to take us just over an hour. Because included with that, we're going to have a beautiful stop to look out at Mendenhall Glacier from across Mendenhall Lake. So we're not going to be close enough to the glacier to actually touch it, but it's a really spectacular view. And yeah, the trail is pretty easy. I definitely wouldn't really consider it much of a hike, but it's beautiful. We'll walk through the rainforest. Yeah, it's gonna be really nice. After that, we are gonna hop back onto this same bus, which means you guys are free to leave behind anything that you don't want to bring on the trail. I know you guys are coming off your cruise ships. We are gonna adhere to your strict feeding schedule. So we do have snacks and we have waters for you guys as well. So we'll have snacks and waters for you, and then we'll hop back on the same bus, drive about 10-15 minutes or so out to Auk Bay. Nice bathrooms there. We'll stop there for a second for a quick bathroom break. Then we're gonna hop onto Captain Joe's boat and go look for whales for about 2 hours long. After that, we're gonna come back to Auk Bay, hop onto a different bus, and then that bus is gonna take us back here, wrapping up at about 7:15. So that's our plan today. Does that sound like what you guys signed up for?
Yeah.
Awesome, great. It should be a really great day today. We had a little bit of rain this morning, but it looks pretty clear. We're facing a beautiful summer day up here in Alaska. So it should be a really nice day. So, quick bear safety talk. The trail that we usually do has now been closed off for the bears. It goes over Steep Creek, which is a popular place for the salmon to spawn. So there are a good amount of black bears in the area. They're super acclimated to people. They're by no means tame. They're still wild bears. But they're not surprised to see us around in the area. This is a really well-trafficked area. So in case we do see a bear, Keith and I just ask that you guys stay behind us, stay close to each other, kind of we want to form like a tight crowd. Keith and I will also both be carrying bear spray. It's like just a pepper spray, but it can go about 30 feet. It's never been actually deployed in a long time of Gatineau's history. So we really don't have to worry about it, but just please don't run, don't shout, don't rush the bear trying to get a good photo. That's really it.
First off, we went for a walk through the rainforest. All through the forest, I never knew that how many mosses there are and the different flora and fauna, and how it differs the lower you get and the closer you got to the glacier.
I know it sounds daft because we come from the Forest of Dean originally, and we've got a lot of forest areas.
Yeah.
But I've never walked through a forest that looked anything like this. Everything was covered in like a carpet of moss. The trees, the floors.
Yeah.
There was massive chunks of granite that had been pushed there by the glacier, when obviously the glacier was a lot bigger than it is now.
Kind of going back to what I was talking about with moss. This is a great example. You can see all of this growing. This is some really beautiful metamorphic rock, so this would have been more layered in a flat way, and then just geologic processes have kind of warped it. But the whole layer, all the layers of moss are really only a couple inches thick. This entire forest, if you tried to dig, you would hit about 3 inches of soil, and then you would just hit more bedrock. So really thinly veiled soil. So the moss, after all that bedrock is here, is the first thing to come in. So this area would have just been really just covered in moss.
And purple lupins. Now, I love lupins, and I've tried to grow them for years in my garden, but they always get eaten by slugs and snails. So seeing lupins in the wild, a vibrant purple colour, it was great. And Zoe's knowledge about all the plants, of the plant that actually took apart.
Horsetail, and it is ecologically the oldest plant here besides the moss. You can tell because if you pull on a little segment of it, it kind of pops right off. It's put together almost like a Lego. Each piece kind of comes right off of itself, if that makes sense. Here, you guys can take hold of it. The leaves do it, and so does the trunk. Here. So even if you pull at the trunk, especially if you pull the trunk apart, you can see that each of the little bits kind of unlock. This was basically, these are older, this plant style is older than trees because when plants didn't have enough to make a proper trunk, if they had these little segments that fit together this way, they could be a lot stronger because they didn't have to grow quite so big. So really just a really interesting, fascinating plant. Ecologically, these just haven't evolved for hundreds of millions of years, kind of like sharks. So just a really, really cool plant.
But lots and lots of information. It was really, really good.
And the closer you got to the lake,
the colder it got.
You could feel the temperature drop. And we only walked about half a mile, 3/4 of a mile, probably wasn't very far to get through the rainforest. And every step you took, you could find the temperature just ever so slightly dropping.
Yeah. And then we had a view of the glacier, which was absolutely brilliant. So. So after admiring the glacier and the fabulous waterfall, we walked up back through the rainforest to catch our bus for the next part of the excursion, which was the whale watching. So then Zoe took us to meet Captain Joe.
Great. Okay, you guys. Well, my name is Joe. I'll be your captain today. I just want to mention a couple things before we get going. The first thing I want to point out is this metal railing, the bull rail. You're not going to have to worry about it as you board the boat, but later today when we unboard, you'll probably have to step over it. It has a bad habit of trying to trip you, so I just point it out and just take note. It's right there. As you hop onto the stern here, there's one step down. There's a good handhold here. There's a good railing you can hold on to here. And then as you enter into the cabin, please watch your heads. For those of you wearing ball caps, I always joke there's this button on top. I call that the cuss button. It hurts when you hit your head on it. So please do me a favor, watch your heads, watch your step. You're my second trip of the day though, so I've had time to go find the wildlife for you all. Ooh. It's all out there, so I look forward to sharing my home with you all today.
Right, whale watching time now.
Let's find some whales.
So, before we get going here, I'm just going to go over a quick safety briefing that we have. Make sure that we're all on the same page in terms of just some safety features. So this comes straight from the Coast Guard, so I'm just going to read it verbatim.
type of boat has the windows that actually fold all up. So wherever you sat, you had a view.
Yeah.
And Captain Joe explained that we were going to go to different parts of the area here, and he would obviously take us to hopefully see a lot of whales. Now, we were so lucky because, getting emotional thinking about it. Because it was just magical, wasn't it, Paulie?
It was spectacular. We saw in the distance, because it's quite funny because they do this thing where if you don't see a whale, they give you $100.
Yeah.
So
$100 back.
$100 back. As soon as we got going, we saw some whales right in the distance. Saw the spurt come up out of their blowhole, and you could see shapes in the distance. And we thought, well, that's it. We're going to get our $100 now anyway. So, but actually, the first place he took us, and I don't know what the technical term for this is. So answers down below. It's like a big floating man-made structure in the water that floats.
Like a big boy with a light on.
And it's got a bell.
A light boy. I don't know.
And it's got a big bell in the middle. So obviously when it moves with the current, the bell rings, so it stops any craft from crashing into it. But the bell on this one couldn't ring because it was rammed full
of sea lions.
Was it seals or sea lions? I think it was seals, wasn't it? It was seals, lions. Yeah. But it was so funny that they were all wedged on the top of this thing. One was upside down, one was all like on top of each other, and there was this one poor little seal that was in the water, and now and again you'd see him go like,
he's trying to get out when he's trying to jump,
and they'd be like no. And every time he got up, this one seal would went and it was absolute. And I thought, in all fairness, if I don't see anything else today, I'm happy.
Yeah, but what we did see, and Captain Joe had said, look, he said, did want to say at the start, but you are very, very privileged because there has been whales in this area since about 7 days ago, bubble netting. Now, for those,
you know what that is, don't you?
For those that don't know, bubble netting is a system which a group of whales, or a pod, are they called a pod?
I believe, yeah.
A pod of whales captures their fish, and what they do is there's a female whale that will go underwater. Of course she's underwater and she's making a noise.
She's singing, isn't
she's singing, and they played it, didn't they, on the he actually dropped a microphone in the water. We could hear her singing, and as soon as she stops singing, what happens is the other whales are swimming around in a frantic circle, creating bubbles which confuse all the fish.
Well, I think they're blowing air bubbles out as well. But so basically, what they do is they form like a tumble dryer of bubbles, and all the fish get stuck, and they get confused and disorientated, and they get stuck inside this cylindrical tunnel that the whales have formed by swimming around and blowing bubbles.
And then all the whales, their noses come out of the water, and then they all dive down, and then you see their flukes, which is their tails, all in there while they go and eat the fish. And it's just magical, wasn't it, mate?
Yeah.
Honestly, it was just absolutely brilliant. Oh my God, it was. And it kept happening. We were watching, Captain Joe said, just follow where the seagulls are going. So the seagulls then moved on to another, and there was another pod there, wasn't there?
Because the seagulls know that as soon as the whales start coming up and going down again, there's going to be fish thrown in the air and coming to the surface. So they're ready to strike. But we saw, and Zoe said she's been doing this job a while now, and she says she's been out before now, and they see one whale, and it might be in the distance like the one we saw when we first got on the boat, but we saw 21
whales,
humpback whales.
We did, and it was absolutely amazing. Is that a tail or something coming up? Oh, fin. Oh my God, there's a good, come on. Yes! Woo! Oh my gosh. Oh, bloody hell.
Wow! Oh, I'm doing it again.
He doesn't want to get the snow.
Yeah, I don't want
You
the
don't want the
snot.
snotty
I just
spray.
want the splash.
Yeah, wow. I didn't listen. Wow. Look at those tails. Wow. Oh, we got very good camera.
The tail over there. Oh my gosh. Behind you, Paul, behind you. Oh my gosh. They're all here. Oh, wow. Oh my God. Yeah. Wow. Come on, give us a tail. Here we go. Oh. Yay! Oh my God. Oh, that is just special. Ooh, we just smelt the spout, and it smells bloody awful.
Yes.
Oh, it's amazing. This is like, how awesome is this, Paulie Morgan?
It's absolutely amazing.
Quite emotional actually, isn't it?
It is, it's fabulous. Apart from that smell from the blowhole, because it's a combination of snot and rotting fish.
Exactly.
So we've officially seen 21
whales. That's 21 whales. What an awesome day, isn't it, Paulie?
Fabulous.
Yeah. So after our fantastic whale watching experience, it was getting late, wasn't it? It was about, I don't know, 6:30, 7.
As we docked up and when we did the Rocky Mountaineer, we saw, in a week, we saw one bald eagle. We saw 2 bald eagles in a week. When we went on this whale trip,
They're everywhere.
Zoe's like, we're on the minibus heading towards where the boat is for the whale trip, and Zoe said, if you look over there, look, there's bald eagles. And when you said there's bald eagles, there was about 100 bald eagles just everywhere.
Yeah.
And then when we got back from the whale watching, we started to walk up the jetty. Oh, technical term, up the jetty. And somebody said, oh, look up there, look. And there was a lamppost only about 10 foot away from us, and there was 2 bald eagles just sat on the top of the lamppost, bowed as brass.
And they were just chatting to each other, weren't they?
And
apparently they mate for life, don't they? Yeah, like us, honey. Oh, you got a white head as well. Oh dear. Anyway, back to bald eagles. Yeah, we've seen loads, didn't we? Which we hadn't seen. We've seen a couple on the Rocky Mountaineer. So do check out our vlogs, because we've seen so much more on that as well, didn't we? It's a fantastic trip. Anyway, back to
I'm still offended.
No. So after we'd seen the bald eagle, we got back on the coach and they dropped us back at the port. Now, we wanted to explore a little bit of Juneau, so we had a quick walk. It's not huge, is it? We had a walk up and down the streets, and I had a look around, and then we thought we've got to go to the Red Dog Saloon. So here is the famous Red Dog Saloon in Juneau. I'm saying, let's go in behind those doors. What do you say, Paulie?
I say, let's have a beer.
Let's go for it. Ooh, we go in just...
All the way where he's like the window, watch out.
First thing out.
How you doing? How many you guys got today?
Just 2, if that's okay.
Of course, it's okay. Let me find a place for you. There's a table right over there. Waitress will find you.
duck farm? Okay, I'll try one of those then, please.
Can I just have a beer, a lager type? Right, Carol, we're in the Red Dog Saloon, a very famous former brothel in Juneau in Alaska. Now, Carol's taken it upon herself to order a duck fart, which is a shot, but it's the biggest shot I've ever seen. I think this is going to end in tears.
Want to try some? Yeah! Oh my god.
First time with a duck fart?
She chose poorly.
Oh! My first duck fart.
You've got to mention.
Oh, sorry. Oh!
They're good though. Tastes like another one, doesn't it?
Oh, dear.
What'd you do? Sip it?
She tried to sip it. She wouldn't listen to me. Not for the first time in my life, I have to add.
Oh, dear.
You're up against it, buddy.
Tell me something I don't know.
Oh my god. So there we are. So there's the duck fart. Oh god.
So you're trying to see, you've got to knock it down in one so you get all three of them in
I
one.
couldn't make because the top layer was burning me.
And that's what the other two layers are there
I
to
know.
stop the burn.
And my mouth's so
Hey.
small and throat so small.
My beer's lovely.
I'm facing it the wrong way. I've only had one duck fart.
That's how I count.
We're going to get a carpet like this for at home.
I haven't eaten a bite. Or slept or cried.
Apologies for any swearing, but we've just got another duck fart for Paulie after he's seen my brave attempt.
A joke I heard today. They said she went sweet. I can't believe you walked away. I tried to smile at it a while, but I can't
So it's Crown Royal, Baileys and Kahlua. Yeah, I couldn't swallow it so fast, honey.
She didn't listen to the instructions. Quack, quack. Knock it back. That's very warming.
Better not have any more because it's 10 to 8 and the ship goes at 9:30. So, yeah, the red slog, the red dog.
I think that's all you need to know about the Red Dog Saloon. The Red Slog Saloon. Have you had a duck?
I had a duck fart, as you've seen, and they're blooming. Well, Jerry loves Crown Royal, but I've never had Crown Royal before, and I don't think I'll ever have it again.
She had a duck fart, and just after that, you had a cocktail, didn't you?
Anywho, so if you're in Juneau for a little bit of fun, make sure you get to Red Dog Saloon. It's a little bit of banter in it, a funny guy on the guitar, and look, the ship's only there, so you can just like struggle back and you'll be fine. So we're back in, and with half an hour to spare. So thank. Anyway. Yes.
We're gonna
so
play
those duck farts.
we're gonna play a little game. Is who's been to the Red Dog Saloon?
I know. know. Who'd thought duck farts would have such an effect?
I don't know, were we allowed to say duck farts on YouTube?
Is that rude, is it?
Well, I don't
Well,
know.
it's what the name is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Quack, quack, get it down your clack. No, that
wasn't quite the rhyme. We definitely can't put that on YouTube. It was quack, quack, not that. Bleep. Back.
Anyway, come and have a look, because we are just about to leave Juneau, and there's the ships that were in earlier, but the Solstice is now parked up behind the Eurodam. We got, oh, the Grand Princess has just gone. Oh my God, it's gone. We just walked in the room. Oh, you can just see the back end of it. There it is. You can see it's just leaving, just there.
This is how bad the Grand Princess didn't want to be in our vlog.
Exactly.
They've literally up-anchored and drove off.
But look at the views, all the mountains, it's
lovely.
awesome. So, and here's Juneau, as you've seen earlier. We're due to leave, well, it was all aboard 9:30, so we think that the ship's going to leave at 10.
We do.
So we're going to go out and find a little bite to eat, and also I think we're going to end up at the Rolling Stones Rock Room, aren't we?
Yeah.
Because that's our fave.
I'm going straight there now.
Are you?
Yeah, while you carry on talking to the camera, I'll get us a seat. As predicted, we finished what's been a pretty amazing day in the Rolling Stone Rock Room. Join us in our next video where we reach the Alaskan port of Skagway and we take another epic excursion.